What have you learnt about technologies from the process of constructing this product? Through producing my magazine, I have expanded on my knowledge of Adobe Photoshop. I used Photoshop last year at GCSE, but only the basic tools. Through producing my magazine, I have learnt how to edit images effectively, control the spacing of letters using the curling tool, and play around with the opacity so that my house style was more overt. I learnt how to use tools such as the blur tool, which was beneficial to me when it came to editing my images, as I didn't want to get rid of the background completely, just blur it slightly to make the image look neater. I used a two-tone image which when I first took it, the right-hand side was in the dark. I used the transform flip horizontal tool to flip the image so that the left-hand side was in the dark, as I wanted to position my masthead in the left-hand corner, and this reinforced my minimalistic style as I positioned the barcode on the right-hand side, creating dead space on the left-hand side. I have also learnt to use the framing of shots to my advantage, as I wanted my artist to dominate this issue as I positioned him central in the frame of both images. I watch tutorials on YouTube about Photoshop to expand my knowledge, which you can see on my secondary web research. I have also learnt how to use the Macs effectively, for example screenshotting my work and then saving the files in different folders so that they are easily accessible. I have also learnt about WordPress and online blogging through cloud-based web storage. This made it easy for me to look through my progress as all my work was together on an online digital database. To begin with, I couldn't get the hang of clicking my name before posting my work and got very confused when my work wasn't on my blog. However, I soon learnt that all my work was in uncategorised sections and went through it all to untick the uncategorised box and tick my name, so that my work would be posted on my blog. Another thing I learnt through WordPress was date posting. I could change the date that I had posted specific pieces of work. This was useful as I didn't always post my work in a methodological order and therefore could go through my work readjusting the dates so that my planning made sense and the timeline was correct. I also had to remember to fill in my diary each lesson to ensure I knew where I was up to and knew what I needed to do next. I learnt how to take high-definition images with a Canon 1100D DSLR camera, which had a higher frame rate, so I could take my images almost in real time, which helps me to catch the perfect images to use in my magazine. The camera also had a higher resolution compared to a 10 or 12 megapixel camera, so my images were of a higher quality.